Budgets do not work, not because the math is wrong, because the design is wrong. They require daily decisions, they require perfect months, and they assume one person can police an entire household. That is why most families give up before month 2. My wife and I figured this out in a $5 hotel room in Mexico. We had no jobs, no apartment, no connections. We had 14 days to make it work or go broke in a foreign country. What we built in that room is the same system I taught my daughter before she turned 13. And it is the same system I'm about to give to you. 3 zones, 1 rule, and a conversation that changes everything. This is the kind of system I break down every week on this channel. If you are a parent who wants to get smarter with money alongside your family, hit subscribe. Point 1. The solo trap. Here is the first reason budgets fail families. Most budgets are built for one person, one income, one account, and one set of priorities. In a real household, there are at least 2 people spending money, right? And if only one knows the system breaks. That is called the solo trap. It is the reason couples fight about money. It is the reason teens have no idea what things cost. The fix is not a better budget. The fix is a shared system, a language the whole household speaks. That is what the Money Map method is, not a spreadsheet. A family operating system, kind of like your sat-nav for your family's money. If that makes sense to you, tap the like button. It helps other families find this video too. The solo trap is the first layer. But the alternative to a budget is not another budget. It's a structure so clear you never have to think about it again. Point 2, the 3 zones. Most budgets fail because they have 30 or so categories and they require you to track every transaction. How boring is that? This system has only 3. Zone 1 is the essentials, 50%, about rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, insurance, transport. Basically, if you can survive without it for a month, it's not an essential. Then there is Zone 2. That's reserved for comfort, about 30%. The fun stuff, your hobbies, eating out, streaming, new shoes, spend freely, no guilt, but only from this zone. Zone 3 is reserved for future you. 20%. Savings, investment, extra debt payoff. The important thing, funded first, not last. The percentages are guidelines, adjusted to your reality. The structure stays the same. When I sat down with my daughter Noor at the kitchen table, I did not hand her a spreadsheet. I handed her 3 envelopes. Essentials, comforts, future you. Kind of like traffic lights. Red, yellow, green. Simple enough for a 12-year-old, powerful enough for any CEO. Short narration. Now, here's where most people push back. My essentials already eat 70%. This system is not for me. Well, I have to say, the system still works. If you split it 70-20-10, that is still a working money map. The structure matters more than the percentages. You improve on the way. 3 zones, clear destinations, but a structure without automation is just a plan. And plans require willpower. Guess what? Willpower is not a financial strategy. Systems are. Point 3. The 2 golden rules. 2 rules make this system run without you. Golden rule number 1 is pay yourself first, or PYF. Future you gets funded the moment your paycheck lands. Before bills, before comfort, and before anything else. Golden rule 2, automate everything. Every recurring transfer runs on an autopilot. Set it up once, never touch it again. Kind of like your cruise control for your finances. This is the difference between a budget and a system. A budget asks you to decide every single day multiple times. A system decides once and then it runs on its own. When my wife and I landed in Mexico, we had no jobs, no apartment, no work visa, and no connection. We had enough savings for 8 to 10 weeks. After that, we were broke in a foreign country. So we stripped everything down to 1 envelope, essentials only. Every purchase was a joint decision. We talked about money multiple times a day, not because we were the experts, because we had to. Within 14 days, we had jobs, work visas, and an apartment, and our savings were barely touched. We did not survive Mexico because we were the financially educated couple. We survived because we had a simple system and we worked it together. Complex systems break under pressure. Simple systems survive. If that system can survive Mexico, it can survive your kitchen table. And one more thing about that future U zone. The standard advice says save 3 months of expenses. 3 months is a lie. 12 months is the real number. That is your war chest, kind of like your fire extinguisher made of cash. Start with 1 month, build to 12 months, and separate the account. Do not touch it. Zones and automation handle the mechanics, but there's one more piece that separates families who have a budget from families who have a system. Point 4, the household sync. A budget inside one person's head is not a system. It's a secret, and secrets do not survive a household. The household sync makes the money map a family system instead of a personal budget. One conversation per pay cycle, 3 questions: what worked, what did not, what is coming up, 15 minutes, done. I started this with Noor when she was 12. Allowance on Friday, gone by Saturday. Sweets, makeup, things she forgot about by Monday. My first instinct was to lecture her. But financial education does not work when it's taught. It only works when it's built together. So I sat down with her. 3 envelopes. We built the system together. Within months, she stopped spending blindly. Then she asked the question I will never forget. Papa, what do I do with the money I'm saving? It's just sitting there. That is the moment a child stops following instructions and starts thinking like an owner. That came from the household sync, not from a lecture. Short narration. And I know what you're thinking. My partner does not want to talk about money. Every time we try, it turns into a fight. The fight is not about money. It's about the absence of a shared language. 3 questions and a structure replace the argument with a check-in. That is the shift. Here's where you are. 3 zones that tell every dollar where to go. 2 golden rules that make it automatic. A war chest target for real protection. And the household sync that turns a personal budget into a family system. That is not a budget. That is your operating system for the entire household. And here's the part most people get wrong. They wait for a calm month to start. That month never arrives. Every budget I've seen fail was designed for the perfect month. This system is designed for the months where everything goes wrong. Smart money families are not built by perfect parents. They are built by honest ones. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Build the system. A free 30-minute money map reset is linked below. No email required, just the system. And if you want to see the 12 money habits that kept my family safe through 2 revolutions, watch this video next. I'll see you there.